co-host, if you don't get your ass up right now.
Hold on, Corey. You got to take your pills before I do anything with you.
Oh, man.
I'm going to watch out for that high blood pressure, especially after last week.
What happened?
When you had your episode, when you freaked out. What do you mean?
Was that last week?
Yeah. Yeah, that was last week.
Oh, I guess that was.
When you flipped out? Yeah. Wow. You flipped out so bad you could completely forgot, huh?
Forgot about it, man. Yeah. I flipped right out that memory. Can't recall what you're saying. I guess I flip out so much that I lose track of when these happen.
Oh, have you flipped out more after that?
I'm sure I flipped out on people around here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm sure I flipped out on Taco Bell Lugosi in here. Flipped out on Ruben the handyman around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And the other guys, too?
Everybody. Everybody got it. Shit. Yeah, I am sorry about, well, not about losing my shit last week. That's going to happen sometimes, but no.
That's life.
That is life. And that's just one of the things we just got to deal with sometimes.
You get pissed. You got to let it out.
Angry, telling me these people don't appreciate my shit. What I do for them. Nah.
You asshole.
Yeah, if you wouldn't listen to last week's show, I forgot that was last week. Yeah, co-host. I was talking. What was I talking about? I was talking about.
We were talking about parties, and then then you went off and you were like, "Now don't be throwing no bullshit." And I was like, "Oh, calm down, Corey."
Oh no, that's what it was. Yeah. I said because I made a joke. I was like, "Yeah." We're talking about the party that those guys from the Madness Hour want to throw in El Paso.
Right.
And I said, that sounds like it's cool. And I was like, well, I want those guys to let us know if they need any help or anything and what they need to do because I made a comment saying, we don't want another Georgia episode. And you're like, yeah, people pissed you about that. And after that, I was like,
You unleashed, and it was funny because we were all drunk, we were all laughing, and when I said that, I was laughing when I was saying that. I was like, hey, now, watch it, and I was just kind of smiling, and then you just fucking flipped a switch, and the funny thing is that you started yelling. I was telling a buddy the other day, because he was like, man, dude, Corey really flipped out, man, he lost his shit, and I was like, yeah, he did, and I was like, it was kind of funny because, people can't tell what's going on here because obviously this is audio. But I was telling him, the funny thing is, I'm sure people thought you were yelling directly at me, but I was telling. It was Grant. I was like, the funny thing is that when Corey was yelling, he was actually looking at the TV when he was yelling. Because I saw the side of your.
You,
yeah, I saw
Mr. Samsung. Yeah, you want a piece of this?
Just to let people know, all I saw when Corey was flipping out was the side of his eyeballs, and they were bulging out like a cartoon. And I was just like, oh shit, dude. And I was like, whoa, because I was fucking drunk as hell, and I was just like, whoa. Hold on, I'm not ready for this.
Oh man, last week we were drinking?
We were drinking that fucking what was it? It was that Hefeweizen. Well, it wasn't it was I think it was the Hefeweizen stuff. The tall bottles that we had. I can't remember the goddamn name of it now. Yeah. Remember we went and got those 2 big ass bottles, and I was like, you know what? I'm sure these are probably going to be pretty goddamn strong because they're only selling these in individual bottles. So it probably isn't a good idea.
And they did not put they did not put the alcohol content on the bottle.
No, not at all.
It was almost like this shit is so dangerous we can't even say it on the bottle.
I barely had a full one of those, and I was already gone. I was like, okay, this is some strong shit. And God, now I wish I could remember the name of it, but. Yeah, they were pretty big bottles though. We bought 2 of them. We were just like, all right, fuck it, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, no, when we were drinking that shit, we both. Almost immediately, like after the first few sips, you even said, "Man, this shit is I'm feeling it." I know. You like that Dr. Dre song? Yeah. I can feel it.
I'm having illusions. It's fucking me up in my mind.
You better drink this shit, homie. I can feel it.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, when that happened, I was like, oh no. And you brought up something. You brought up something before that. He's like, I already got pissed off at somebody else, and I was like, oh no, maybe something else had happened. I don't know what I triggered.
What happened?
But I was like, oh shit.
I drank that fucking Hefeweizen, and that's what happened. No, I ain't gonna even blame it on that because I know we were all like, yay.
I know, yeah. We were just
and all of a sudden you were like, people mad at you about that. Hey, like, what? Yeah. I sobered up real quick. What the fuck did they say?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I was losing my shit last week.
Corey Smith.
I got a clip of that a little snippet of that audio from last week.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if y'all want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, when I get finished with you, shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of who the fuck you think you fucking with?
Who that was me? Who the fuck they think they fucking with?
I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
He trying to Spill members. Oh, Spill.com. I run shit here. You motherfuckers just browse here.
No, I was like, listen. It's funny because I was like, is he doing his training day thing? Because none of these lines are from training day. Corey, wait, whoa, Kong, it's the wrong lines, Corey. Hold on.
I'll cut this goddamn site off. 24-hour lockdown.
It was funny. It was funny because somebody wrote in, like they wrote in on the comments like where they're acting like the Emperor from Star Wars, and it's funny when I read that because I was thinking the same thing. I should have been in the background going, yes, I can feel your hatred swelling in you. You want this, don't you?
Right. Release the dark side. Shoot program. Yes.
Corey, take your mic and strike me down with all of your anger, and your journey to the dark side will be complete.
23-hour lockdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unleash your dark side.
Who the fuck you think you fucking with?
That's right. Strike me down.
Strike me down.
Yeah, that's right.
You want this, don't you?
Wait, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit.
King Kong, Godzilla, they didn't have shit on you that week, dude.
Mothra, Rodan,
Monster X, Jaguar, Gigan. I got a billion of them.
Who was that fucking turtle?
Gamera.
Gamera ain't got shit on me.
Mothra.
Pikachu ain't got shit on me.
Bulbasaur ain't got shit on Corey Coleman.
Man, yeah, I'm sorry, people. I just.
No, I was just worried. I was like, oh shit, Corey has high blood pressure now. I saw a vein popping out. I was like, oh no, calm down, dude.
All of a sudden I've been quivering like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I know. You had veins popping out of your eyeballs and shit.
Like that happy Joy episode, the happy hat.
Yeah.
When Stimpy put that fucking hat on Ren, he couldn't, and he was trying to take it off. He was smiling, but he hated it. He was trying to do everything to take that fucking hat off his head. He was beating himself with it.
His head was wrapped around it.
And when he finally got it off, he was pissed.
Yeah, I know.
You little monkey.
You could see all the crust in his eyes and the pores in his skin. And you're like, oh god.
Boy, I miss those days of Ren and Stimpy, boy.
Oh, I know, man. Those were like some golden cartoon days right there.
Ren used to make me laugh. He used to be so mad. You know.
Oh yeah, my favorite episode will always be the episode where I guess Ren is reading fan mail, and it's the episode where he realizes Stimpy gets all like the great fan mail, and I think he accidentally opens up and reads one of Stimpy's, and it's like, it's like the fan letter's like, oh Stimpy, you're so great and so funny, not like that other guy that you hang out with. What is he?
Asshole.
What is he? A mosquito? And Ren is just fucking going apeshit nuts.
A mosquito. A mosquito. Yeah, man, that was people. First of all, let me tell y'all. Welcome. Let's do this. By the way, let me tell you, I was gonna be on the show. I think we're just gonna do. There's so much crazy movie news coming out.
Yeah, there is.
It's just crazy stuff this
fucking
week.
Boatload of it, yeah.
Yeah, and
wait till South by Southwest comes out. I mean, shit, that's getting ready to hit in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna be recording like every other day shit
Crazy,
that we see.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of wild. It's gonna be hard, but you can hear. Don't be surprised if some of the other podcasts get pushed are delayed because we like doing updates on
right.
South by Southwest. Is just how it is. But yeah, we're gonna talk about. Let's see here.
Got a plethora of shit.
Oh man, I had it up there. I didn't write it down because we were just going through it before the show. We were like, all this shit happened. Gilligan's Island.
Finally
got the green light because everybody's saying, they're remaking all these movies.
Right.
When is Gilligan's Island going to come up? And people, it's finally happening.
I'm always wondering when Three Company is going to come up. What Three's Company? Yeah, when they going to have that goddamn movie already? Come on.
Maybe they'll actually show that threesome that Jack Ritter should have had. You know,
I can only hope.
Whatever his name was on the fucking show.
No, you got it right.
Then we're going to talk about a movie where an Abraham Lincoln movie, except he ain't really freeing the slaves in this one. He's freeing something else.
Yes.
His penis. No. And then we talk
his Lincoln log.
And then Stan Lee hints at some cameos that'll probably be coming up in some movies.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we got here? Arlie Emery comes out and speaks on some behind the scenes things that happened with
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut, which I don't even think he was in.
Yeah, which is funny because we were talking about that movie not too long ago. Do you remember that podcast?
What did we say about it?
I think I told you that's when I had a breakup and I went and saw that film. And I liked it only because of the fact that I could relate to what was going on screen. I think that guy was just about. I think he was Tom Cruise's character was about to break up with his wife.
Oh, so you related to Tom Cruise?
Yeah, as far as you're just wandering around the street. And
you just rolled around the street.
Yeah, just hoping to get into some dumb
some
bullshit.
kind of trouble.
Yeah,
ended up in some nasty fat orgy somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I ended up in the orgy that was portrayed in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. not the cool one that was in Eyes Wide Shut.
No,
there was a buffet at the orgy I went to.
Yeah, there wasn't no naked people. There was an orgy of food. Walked in, people just rolling in spaghetti and all kind of shit.
People wearing masks when they should have been wearing some fucking clothes.
Yeah, people wearing donuts on their faces. Yeah. And when I run out of food, I'll eat the mask too.
Sausages strapped to their chest.
Let's see. We're gonna talk about a reunion that didn't happen. Why the fuck people want this reunion? Why they put so much emphasis on it, I don't know. But we'll talk
there's
about
there's
a reunion coming up. I'll tell you about it.
Reunion?
Yeah, reunion. It's a very special reunion.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And we're going to read a lot of email. Catch up on some email here. Got a lot of it that came through, especially since we had a delay today. People, I was swamped with work. Well, first of all, I got behind. I mean, not even behind. It just, everything came down. Mm-hmm. Ever since we started putting up more reviews, I've actually been having to kind of do more assignments on the week more than usual, during the week more than usual. And that combined with, I don't know what happened, man. Either I had a sudden, major attack of what do you call it? Sinuses or
sinus
something was in the air, sinus infection or something. I had a terrible head cold or something, and I couldn't sleep. So I was just like, man, something's got to give. I was like, I can't fucking do this. But I took a nap today. I fell asleep for like a couple hours. And I actually fell asleep with the laptop on my lap.
Watch out for that, dude.
I know, wake up on fire.
Yeah, no shit, man. Yeah, that almost happened to my ass one time. Fuck, I was like, whoa, it's not good.
Yeah, I was in the bed because I was just not feeling too well. And I had it on my lap, and I was doing some work, and the next thing I know, my ass is dozed off, and I felt like in my dreams, I felt that heat. It wasn't like I thought it was on fire, but I was like, you can feel certain things. I was like, shit, my dick is hot, And I woke up and I was like, oh, fuck,
Yeah, so is that sizzling?
I know. Like somebody fucking rubbed Big Gay on my dick or something, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Is that Earl Campbell sausage I smell?
Yeah, I had a dream, like, you say you see those hot dogs at 7-Eleven in that little oven?
Yeah.
My dick was in one of those things. I was like, is that my dick in there? Yeah, what the fuck?
I can see you like putting mustard on a hot dog. Just like, oh yeah, where's the relish? You're getting mad there's no relish, and then you realize, oh, it's
you look dick. Down, the bun is on your crotch.
This thing ain't moving. Yeah.
I woke
I'm
up
hungry.
You know how people wake up in movies. Yeah. I see like I made a hot dog out of my dick. I wake up.
And then out of nowhere, a midget comes over and takes a bite out of it.
Yummy, delicious, packed full of flavor.
Where's the relish?
Give me back my penis.
That's fucked up.
That's like a David Lynch movie.
Got some fucked up dreams, Corey.
Well, we just made that last part up. But they say you can't remember your dreams, so maybe that did happen.
It's a good thing.
That's a David Lynch movie. That midget comes out dancing. comes towards your dick.
Always little people fucking running around
talking backwards.
and then a big close up of some just random grass.
And the translator says, "Where's the mustard?
Where's the relish?
But man, yeah, we got a lot of stuff here, man. Yeah, well, I was saying, Ren and Stimpy, man, I'm surprised that and we might have talked about this if we didn't. Great if we did.
So
fuck it, you know us. We'll revamp shit because we just can't remember.
Gives a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck y'all. But man, I was surprised that show got away with what they got away with.
Oh yeah, you can watch it right now, and it's still like it's you're not going to find anything like it on TV. Still.
No,
and especially getting away with what they did on Nickelodeon, for crying out loud.
Oh yeah,
wow. Because I remember it was on was it on MTV first, and then it switched over to Nickelodeon.
It was on Nickelodeon at first, and then they started airing some of it on MTV.
Okay, because that's when I saw it. I saw it late night on MTV.
John Kricfalusi, is that how you say his name?
Chris Filosky.
Chris Filosky,
or John K.
John K is how he shortened it all the time. Yeah, because nobody can say his last name. The guy has a great style. I mean, he harkens back to that old school type of animation, old school just draftsmanship with line work and animation, and his designs are great, and at times they're very disturbing.
Yeah,
I mean, the shit that he did on Ren and Stimpy. I mean, not even just the animation itself, but like the music that he would choose for some scenes. I mean, some things,
which a lot of it was public domain music. It was just a lot of it was public domain, but he knew what songs to pick out, and they worked perfectly for what he was doing, and especially what he was conveying. That's the one thing I consider to be like the genius behind that guy is that he can set up tension and mood so well with just some old ass music. And especially with his animation, especially like we were talking about, like the close-up shots when those characters are going crazy, and you see like pores, you see veins coming out of the eyeball.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
real detailed, real colorful images that just stick with you, and you start to feel crazy yourself when you're watching it.
Well, they would show like, you're right. They would use like public domain music, like Hall of the Mountain King, whenever Stimpy was going crazy. You hear that, he'd be mad. Then, but then they had shit like they do close-ups on him when he was looking crazy and laughing, and you hear like in the background,
just random weird kind of like noises, like almost Thurman sounding stuff.
Yeah,
stuff where it's like, or that airplane. Whenever somebody went crazy, you always heard that airplane like sound like an airplane goes,
and they would do shit that would just make, first of all, it just made you feel kind of weird. When you got to watching, it's like, man, I love it, but I feel dirty for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like I'm actually losing my mind watching this. And then it would show episodes where they would just make your flesh crawl. Like the time that Stimpy had like his nerve endings coming out of his gums.
Oh yeah, that was great. He's like he was grinding his teeth, and they just they turned into powder. Like he woke up and there was like a pillow full of like teeth powder, but you saw his nerve endings, and they make these it's like they got a string of a violin and just like kind of rubbed up against it, like whenever they were moving.
Yeah, it's
or what Stimpy's nose goblins, where he's like, oh look, my collection of nose goblins,
picking his snot and his boogers, and
it's like at the back end of he flipped a stool over. And you saw like these boogers, and they look like little creatures, all different colors.
Nose goblins,
nose goblins.
They say that Stimpy was kind of his voice was kind of modeled after
Curly?
No, Larry.
Larry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
hey, Ren.
Yeah, that's he definitely.
You want to see my magic nose goblins?
You remember when Larry stuck like, "Hey Mo, I'm sorry, Mo.
Leave him alone."
Who used to do the voice?
Who?
You know what I'm talking about.
Bill.
That's right.
God damn it! Now I feel like an idiot. We're talking about this.
He used to be on Howard Stern.
Billy. God damn it!
I know Billy. It's with Billy something. Yeah.
Oh, we got to find out. Yeah.
Here, I'll find it. Yes.
It'll hit me soon enough.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest idiot right now.
But he used to like make me laugh.
Billy West. There
That's
you
it.
go.
Yeah, he used to make me laugh. He does a lot of voices, in a lot of places. Like
still.
Futurama is the thing where I remember him doing most of his voices. Yeah, he used to be on Howard Stern, and he used to make me laugh on there because he would imitate people, and you couldn't tell who was who, and people would actually get upset because he was imitating them.
Oh, with the Jackie puppet, Jackie Martling. He'd always used to give Jackie Martling all kinds of shit. Like, and then when they introduced the Jackie puppet, I mean, I heard that Jackie Martling hated that puppet so much because it was like that puppet was far more entertaining than Jackie was, and Jackie was like the comedian in the show. But that puppy and Billy West behind him was so much more funnier than Jackie.
Oh yeah,
and he used to get pissed off at that puppet imitating him.
They used to have people on there, and they made puppets of them, and that used to make me laugh. It used to be harsh too, man. But for people who don't know the Howard Stern show too well, they have a lot of people on there that are regulars, and not as many anymore as they did like back in the 80s up to like the mid 90s or something. But they used to have a guy named Jackie the Joke Man, Jackie Marlin. He was terrible. His jokes were terrible, and I'm sure that puppet was better than him.
He would laugh at his own jokes. It was so bad.
And then they have Baba Booey. What's his name?
Gary.
Yeah. And Gary Delabate.
Gary
Delabate, and they just treat that guy. It's Howard's produced on the show.
Yeah.
And they treat that guy so bad. They talk about his teeth, and they call him a monkey.
Right. Yeah.
And he would come in and he just take it. They had a Baba Booey puppet.
Oh yeah, there was a spitting image of him.
His teeth and everything.
His teeth were like so huge, and it was like so exaggerated. You're like, oh man. And they had his lips where he had like this big bottom lip that his teeth went over his big bottom lip.
Because that's what they do. They make fun of his teeth and his lips. They thought he had big wet lips. And had Gary Delabate puppet, and they make him talk because he had his big teeth. Billy West would actually like, Howard. You want to? What would you like on your turkey sandwich today? Of course, both. Yeah, both. Yeah, that was it. Both. Hey, both. Sure, both. And one day they did that guy so wrong, and they pulled out. Now, you know those monkey puppets where they have like long arms, they have Velcro on their hands, and you can wrap them around your neck. They put a diaper on one of those one day because his wife was pregnant.
Right.
And they said that monkey was his son.
Was his son. Yeah, they'd have him wrapped around that Gary puppet.
Yeah. Hello, son. Yeah. How you doing, son? Hey, father. Hey, son.
Yeah, he talked like his dad.
Father, when I grow up, will I have big teeth like you? Yeah, son, you're going to be my spitting image. And Gary was sitting in the room just sitting there,
just looking pissed off, like, God damn it. But
nothing you can do.
And there's times though when you caught him kind of laughing at it too, which is awesome.
What could you do? I mean,
hell yeah, you're just like, hey, fuck it, I'm getting paychecks.
Yeah, I'm making a ton of money. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let this puppet say whatever he wants to say to me.
Humiliate me all you want.
Yeah, I only got 3 hours of 4 hours of spending here. I'm gone after this. But man, the thing that got me on Ren and Stimpy, I was like, and this wasn't the episode that they stopped them from being on the air. It was, I don't know what the episode was where they just said, you gotta go. They told John Kent, you gotta go.
Well, I heard that, I always heard that he got fired more because he wasn't turning in his episodes on time.
Yeah, I heard that too. And
so like he was just taking too long to come out with more episodes because he was contracted for, I don't know how many episodes he was contracted for, but he wasn't dishing them out like he should have been.
Yeah.
And they eventually got rid of him and hired Bob Camp to take over.
I think he got fired too. The combination of not turning in stuff, and he had a character called George Liquor.
Yeah, George Liquor American.
Yeah. They're like, you can't have a fucking guy on a show called George.
Yeah, even though he was on 2 episodes, but those episodes were insane. Or there's one where it was the dog show. It was a George Liquor. Okay, you know what? There's a George Liquor called Dog Show, I believe. Where he had Ren and Stimpy, and he even thought Stimpy the cat was a dog, so he treated him like a dog.
Oh yeah,
it's like and he'd just go insane, because like he's like, all right, now show him your teeth, shit like that. It's just insanity. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was scary, man. It was kind of scary because he was like mentally abusing Ren and Stimpy, and I mean, you felt like because he would give them contradicting things to do. Like you tell him to do one thing, and then he'd say, "I didn't tell you to do that." And they're like, what do you want from us?
They just looked scared and abused. That's all they looked at. Whole episode.
Like they were abused housewives or something, man. I was like, Jesus, man, this is crazy. And I think you're right though, man. You're all right. He wasn't turning them in on time, and they got somebody else to do them. And a lot of people upset about that they took them off, but then Ren and Stimpy came back on Spike
TV,
and it was terrible.
Yeah, I actually own those episodes. I found them real cheap. Where there's hints of the original Ren and Stimpy, but the problem is that I think the problem with that series that went on Spike TV was it was so like they were too into the whole Spike TV at the time was like the men's channel, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's an episode where Ren and Stimpy are working in a bathhouse where you see these two girls and they're fully naked. I mean, well, you see breast throughout the skit, and you basically just see Ren and Stimpy basically washing them down, even to their tits. There's a scene where you just see Ren scrubbing down this girl's breast, and then there's some like real sexually suggestive stuff going on where it looks like there's a scene where Stimpy is shampooing this girl's hair with this nozzle coming out where his dick should be, and shampooing this girl's hair, and especially there's a scene where he's scrubbing her hair down, where he's grabbing her head, and it looks like he's forcing this girl to give him head, and it's just so over the top. You're like, okay,
like trying too hard to be the man's channel. Like when
that's the thing, it tried way too hard.
Like, do you remember that show Stan Lee produced, Stripperella?
Yeah, I remember. I never saw a single episode.
I saw one episode. Yeah. It was horrible.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it was a terrible show, and it's like, oh, okay. Pretty much, you think guys are going to watch this because it's a stripper.
Right.
It's like, guys don't want to watch cartoon strippers. No. They want to watch real strippers,
yeah,
okay?
Exactly.
Cartoon titties don't mean shit to anybody, all right?
No, not well.
Maybe you're 13.
There's a few. There's a few of our members that think opposite, but yeah.
Well, like I say, if you're 13. But yeah, I thought like that was the biggest like mistake. It was like, just make something good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it was too hung up on just the whole sexual aspect of what they were trying to do on Spike TV that it got in the way of decent storytelling. I'm like, I know this guy has some great stories in him still left for Ren and Stimpy, to explore, but they never did it.
Well, the one I saw was the one where he like just abused this frog.
Yeah, I saw that episode where it was like Ren when he was a pup. And he was just abusing this frog throughout the whole episode.
Like he took his limbs off and all kind of shit. His limbs. Like, man, this ain't really funny anymore. This is mean.
It's just crazy. It made no sense because like this frog is still kept alive. I think at the end of the episode, he's like on crutches and both of his legs are gone. He has like 2 wooden pegs and he's coming back so Ren can finish the job. I guess he's like, just kill me already.
Man, I was like, this shit is too weird for me. But the one episode I saw on Nickelodeon, where I was like, wow, they're getting away with this. Mm-hmm. It was the Severed Head Fairy.
Oh, I love that.
I love that one, but I was like, can they do this? Because that's when, like
oh wait, you're talking about the ghost, right?
Yeah, what happened was
a ghost. Yeah,
like I think what like the fairy came down and gave Stimpy a couple of dimes for a severed head, and when the ghost got the head, he turned into a naked fat black man, and then he took the head and he like stuck it in his ass and flew away. He stuck the severed head in his ass.
Yeah, and then like at the very end of the episode, well, the ghost turns into a big black guy.
Oh, okay, no, it was the ghost that took the
head. It was okay.
That's worth a couple of dimes.
I love that episode only because it reminds me of a Three Stooges episode where Ren and Stimpy are hanging out in a haunted house for no apparent reason. There's this miserable ghost who just can't scare the shit out of anyone. Yeah, they almost kind of reminded me of a Droopy type character. Just like, hey everybody,
oh boy.
Oh, look at here. 2 hapless people. Well, I can't wait till I scare the hell out of them. So he goes throughout the whole episode trying to scare Ren and Stimpy, and he fails miserably. There's even a scene where it's like a Psycho scene, and Stimpy's taking a shower. The scene goes to black and white where you see Stimpy going, and all of a sudden the ghost is, it's like the scene from Psycho, and Stimpy is looking for a towel. He grabs the ghost by accident and starts like, drying himself off, and even between his legs.
Between his legs, yeah.
He starts like, you see the ghost going between his legs, looking like, oh shit. But but eventually, there's the scene that you're talking about is my favorite scene where the severed head fairy. I guess the ghost puts a severed head next to a pillow or something.
Well, all I remember, it's been years since I've seen it. All I remember is like a ghost finds a severed head, leaves a couple of dimes to Stimpy, and puts the severed head.
Yeah, severed head. That's worth a couple of dimes.
Yeah. And he sticks the head in his ass.
Yeah.
It flies out, and then that's when it turns into like a big black man in a car.
Yeah, well, the ghost is like, that's it, I can't take it, and the ghost ends up killing himself again. He drinks some poison and he dies, and then he gets reincarnated into a black. Big black guy with little wings, and then you see him at the very end of the episode. He's like in a red Cadillac.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, I can't remember what he says, but he has like this terrible laugh, and then he like takes off. You see him haul ass in that red Cadillac.
Yeah, I was like looking at that, like, what the fuck did I just see?
It came out of nowhere, and even Ren and Stimpy were looking like they're looking at each other like, what the fuck was that? What just happened?
We just ran out of ideas, didn't we? But yeah, man, I used to love it. I would love to see a comeback of Ren and Stimpy, but really, John K is somebody that I think, has to be under very tight control with that. I don't know.
I don't even know what he's doing. I know, like, after Ren and Stimpy, he was doing George Liquor American as a web episode. But
again, those were taking so long to make.
Yeah, I know. It's like, because I was actually going to his website trying to check out episodes, and it was always the same episode. Like, even after a month, I was like, oh, man, I guess this guy works when he wants to.
Yeah.
He's only put out like 3 or 4. I think they were only like 3 or 4 episodes.
I think he's still working on the 4th.
Yeah, he probably still
that was
is,
2 years ago.
But then he actually ended up doing Ripping Friends. That was on.
It was a Saturday morning cartoon.
It was a Saturday morning, and that was just as crazy as Ren and Stimpy. Not as good, but if you can imagine like a superhero group created by John K., it was fucking insane. You know?
No, I like his art, man. I love his art. I mean, you could tell this guy was definitely influenced by a lot of 50s, 60s style.
He's a big Hanna-Barbera fan, apparently.
Yeah, that old Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Not like Scooby Doo and shit.
No.
We're talking about the days of Top Cat and the early Yogi Bear, Huckleberry Hound.
He even did a Yogi Bear episode, which was fucking bizarre. And
I remember. Oh man,
that was another episode that was just played with like sexual innuendo.
And they played. I think they played it twice, and they never played it again because it was on Adult Swim, and even Adult Swim, the adult channel for Cartoon Network, they said, "Fuck this! This is crazy."
Yeah. Oh, and apparently he also worked on the New Adventures of Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, before he got started with Ren and Stimpy.
Right.
And that's another show where a lot of people have probably heard me say this. That's another show where they got taken off the air for doing something crazy. And I saw the episode, and it was like Mighty Mouse took, and people probably remember me talking about this, but if not, I'll refresh you.
I don't remember.
There was a scene that they were kind of doing a takeoff on the little match girl. There was this girl out in the cold on the street selling flowers, and she sells a flower to Mighty Mouse. And Mighty Mouse, as the scene is cross-fading into another scene, Mighty Mouse crushes that flower, opens his hand, and sniffs it. And it looks like he's actually might be doing cocaine.
Oh, really?
You could argue that, okay, it was a flower just crushed up in the powder, but some preacher saw it. He complained and said, yeah, you got to get this shit off the air. And they took it off.
Oh, wow. And that's the thing with John K. Like, he'll suggest things like that where you're like...
But that was a Ralph Bakshi show.
Yeah, which I guess were a majority of those episodes, like at least John K. written episodes.
I think he might have wrote them or directed some episodes, but yeah, it was John. I mean, it was Ralph Bakshi's show, and John K. did work on it. You could tell like a lot of
it was his crazy style.
Yeah, they had one, had to be his shit. They had one episode that to this day I still can't figure out what the fuck happened. It made me laugh so hard though because it made no sense. And there was this laboratory. They had this guy, this mouse or something that was kind of like a Vincent Price character. He's like, "Don't worry, my dear, we'll take care of you." And then he released like this. It was kind of like a takeoff on the Pit and the Pendulum. So from this, and everybody remember who's the Pit and the Pendulum. I think there was a version with Vincent Price.
There was. Yeah, it was a Roger Corman film.
Yeah, and the Pendulum is like this big synth, axe that comes from the ceiling. It gets lower and lower, and if it's going to cut you in half if it gets close enough. Well, instead of a big axe coming from the ceiling, it was like this little man tied on a rope, and his hands were moving.
Yeah.
And the woman who was tied up, I think it was Polly Purebred. She was tied up on the table as the guy was coming down. She's like, no. And Mighty Mouse breaks to the scene, picks up the Vincent Price type scientist and throws him into Polly Purebred. Now, it knocks her out the ropes. And he's in the ropes at this point. Like, he's tied up. And he's like, no, let me go. And that guy's coming like, and
like a pervert, basically.
Yeah, something like that. And as Mighty Mouse is leaving the scene, you hear in the background, I just can't help myself.
Oh, my God. That guy's like a groper or something. Just feeling all over
he was like some fun. He was like a pervert.
That is John K, definitely.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck did I just see?
I have a VHS tape somebody gave me of all those episodes. I really need to watch them. I've been looking for them forever, and somebody was like, here, I got this episode. And it's been sitting, just collecting dust for the longest time. But
man, we got to watch those, man.
I'll bring them over sometime,
I'll transfer them to DVD.
Okay. I was about to say you can do that.
Yeah. I got it right. Yeah. And you called me right when I was about to give away my VCR in here. I kept this VCR because I got a lot of old porn I need to watch in it. No.
No, I understand.
I've already transferred though. No, I kept
some of that shit you just can't get rid of.
It's not the same when you put it on DVD.
Films.
Exactly. It ain't the same when you put it on DVD.
Oh, no, hell no. You lose the resolution.
All that shit. Yeah.
Shit's too clear. You know what? Fuck that. I like the lines going through some of those scenes.
I like the videotape messing up and everything.
It gets me hard.
Yeah. So I'm not even looking at the porn anymore. I'm looking at the lines that I mess up on the screen. Oh yeah, I'm talking to the TV. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Show me that static. Yeah. Come on, give me some snow.
I like my dirty heads on my VCR.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Catch me having sex with my VCR one day. Fuck the videotape.
How does he do that? Yeah.
I can't help myself.
Yeah.
My fucking penis gets rewound one day. Behind rewind. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and get this show started. I know people, you always say getting started. What the fuck?
We've been started.
Hey, what the hell? Yeah, people, we're going to get this thing started. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, hey, we gave you some stories about cartoons from the past.
That's right.
I made atonement for my blow up from last week.
Damn right you did.
All right, I'm trying to feel a little bit better today. I got some rest, so I'm not as sick as I was this morning or last night. I'm up here.
I'm ready to go, man.
Are you ready?
I'm ready to sail the seas of bullshit. Shores of bullshit. I see them.
Army, are you ready to set sail on the seas of bullshit?
Oh, yes, I am, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain Bullshit.
All right, man. We're ready to set sail. All right.
Let's do it.
You ready? I'm ready. Get the whale away from. Look at this goat coming in here with snot coming out his nose. He even got snot coming out his ass. How you do that, man?
Peg leg in his ass.
Goat. So you'd have to show up today if you all sick. I just got better, man. Don't get me sick. Go in there.
Goat ass disease.
Yeah, here. Stick this napkin up your little booty and put this on your nose and get on out of here. But before you go, since you're here, you got your guitar. Just don't touch us. Go ahead and play us in.
No.
All right, Ghost up here dripping snot all over the place. You ready? I'm ready.
Well,
let's do this. With some nose goblins.
The bullshit blank.
Perfect goat dog.
Give me up to your head and bullshit you will.
The bullshit life for me.
Man, let's see what we got here. What you want to talk about first?
Let's see. We got all kinds of stuff. Oh, you know what, real quick?
What?
I finally saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show the other day.
Oh, you just now saw it?
Yeah.
Please tell me what you thought about this, because I saw it years after it was done. Never went to a Rocky Horror Picture Show where they did the lip sync with it or acted the scene out as it was playing. Never went to any of those.
Oh, okay.
I never understood what the allure of the Rocky Horror Picture Show was. I saw it on TV and I said, well, let me hear what you got to say.
Okay, well, I went. A buddy of mine was begging me to go.
Oh, so you went to the theater?
I went to the theater. Yeah,
I
went to the Village where they, they have like a group of people that do it every weekend at midnight. Mm-hmm. And apparently, my buddy's been begging me to go, and I was like, and so I'm one of those guys like, I don't know. Seeing it on TV, seeing people going crazy during those things, I'm like, it looks a lot of fun, but I don't know if that's really for me. You can see a bunch of guys dressed up in fucking women's clothing, and a bunch of...
I'm about to say, you put your Dr. Frankfurter outfit on when you win?
Yeah, oh, no, I didn't dress up. But, no, it was one of those things where I'm like, either it could be really fun or it could be really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, and unfortunately for me, it was fucking annoying. I was sitting there. And,
you didn't do the time warp again?
Well, yeah, I did do the time warp, but I didn't want to. I was like, at first I was thinking, okay, I guess these guys are going to talk throughout the movie, because I guess what they do is when the movie's playing, these people who perform these movies, they're all dressed up as all the characters in the film, and they pretty much reenact the film for you right there in front of the screen.
Yeah.
And a lot of times apparently from what I've heard, they add a lot of lines, they ad-lib a lot, and they add their own crazy shit to the mix to make it, just make it unique. And unfortunately, there are a lot of like jokes in there as well. But apparently, the jokes that I heard that night were fucking terrible. And it was like sitting through like one of the worst Mystery Science Theater 3000 experiences I've ever had to endure.
Oh my!
So, yeah, and it was sad. My buddy, who's been to a few of them, he said that the group that was performing that night, I guess they've been performing for the longest time, because we actually know one of the guys who I think he's kind of in charge of it. Do you remember a guy named I can't remember the guy's name.
Is it that dude that was at Access?
Old Biddy.
Old Biddy, he's still doing that?
He's still doing it, yeah.
Jesus.
When I saw him, I was like, maybe I should go say what's up. I don't know if he'd remember me. But I was like, well, I'll talk to him after the show. And after that show was over, I ran the fuck out of there. I was like, you need to work on your shit, because this was fucking terrible.
But a lot of people into that shit, man.
There were, and the thing is, there were a lot of when we showed up at the front door, they ask you, are you a virgin to this? And if you say yeah, they have they basically mark you. They put a V in lipstick on your cheek, and of course, when I noticed what they were doing, I was like, oh, man, that fucking lipstick's been all over all kinds of fucking faces and acne-ridden fucking, God knows what the hell these people are carrying. And so when they asked me, is this your first time, I immediately said, no, not at all. I've been here a billion times. I just want to get through the goddamn door. So they pull you in, but when you sit down, they ask for all the virgins to come up to the front of the stage. They line them all up to where they have their friends line up in back of them as well. And the initiation is you're supposed to look like you're getting ass fucked and mouth raped.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say like the whole room turns into vampires and they fucking kill you. So, okay.
It turns into Blade? No. Yeah. I would have killed for that. I would have killed for that. I would have been the one killing all the motherfuckers.
You the only one that showed up in your Blade costume.
Exactly.
Little robot with a leather jacket on.
I'm waiting for that music.
They're like, what character are you supposed to be? Because the movie, a lot of people don't know. You know when that movie came out?
I want to say it was like 78 probably?
Close, 75.
75.
Yeah, it's a British film, actually.
Yeah, the guy, I know the guy who plays Rufus in the film. It was originally his play. It was originally
Is it Rufus or Riff Raff?
Riff Raff, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rufus, Riff Raff, yeah, I'm sorry. This is my first time.
The reason why I know it was Riff Raff is because the guy went on to make a sequel to the Rock Hard Picture Show. Shock Treatment.
Right.
And that did terribly. This movie did terribly when it opened up.
Right.
I mean, it did well in one location in California, I think. And then after that, it was like, well, a lot of people said this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Except, they started showing it at midnight. That's where it gained notoriety, man.
And the thing is that I know that guy originally like did the play, and then it was turned into a film. And after that, I guess he didn't do much after that film until I was like, what? This guy, I know I've seen him somewhere recently, because I was asking my buddy, I was like, you know what? I like the guy who played Riff Raff. I thought Riff
Raff is the guy with the hunchback.
Yeah,
in the
hunchback.
movie. Yeah.
I thought he was like the best actor in that. Tim Curry is great too. I mean,
Tim Curry does Dr. Frankenfurter.
Dr. Frankenfurter.
Everybody knows him. I mean, how many Dr. Frankenfurters do you see on Halloween with people?
Yeah.
It's the whole outfit with the garter belt,
Right.
that fucking short crop of black hair.
Somebody even dresses up like him in Halloween 2.
That's right. Yeah.
That piece of shit film. Another piece of shit. But but I was like, I know I've seen this guy because his voice sounds familiar, and it hit me. He's the guy in Dark City. Remember the main alien bad guy?
That was him?
Yeah, the bald guy. Yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh, yeah. That's him. And I was like, fucking hey. I was like, man, I wish I would have seen more work. I looked up his IMDb, and he's been working, but he hasn't been doing too many films, even though I'm like, I think the guy's a great character actor. I mean, I'm like, this guy hopefully he'll do more work sooner, than later.
Just
because
keep casting him as vampires and aliens.
Exactly.
He's a weird looking
he was
dude.
great in fucking Dark City. I mean, but other than that, my experience at the Rocky Horror wasn't great. But I mean, the movie itself was kind of fun. But like I said, a lot of bad comedy coming from like the back of the room to the left side of the room because they had a bunch of guys yelling and screaming, doing their jokes and
I
shit.
Can't take that shit, man. I
tried so hard to just get into it. I was like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just being an asshole today. But I was like, okay, I'm really gonna try, and I couldn't. But I looked at the crowd. And my buddy pointed out, he was like, I'm sorry. It was pretty terrible. I kind of enjoy these things, but I'm sorry,
you got to be into it. You got to. I don't like it as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the soundtrack to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, who doesn't like the time warp, and all that? And I'm just a sexy transvestite from Transylvania.
Transsexual.
Transylvania. But that movie itself, Meatloaf is in it, overacting and shit.
Meatloaf. You know what?
Meatloaf.
That's like the one. That was like the one bright moment of that movie for me because he's like out of control in that fucking movie. There's scenes where he's driving, he's riding his motorcycle, and the camera's like all up in his face.
Yeah.
He's like driving, and you see these people like running out of the way. And I was like, you know what? I wish fucking Meatloaf was in this goddamn theater right now to drive all these fucking people out of the fucking room. I was like, I'm ready to fucking run over all these motherfuckers.
Well, next time,
now.
that's what you do. You show up to the next one, go next week, and you be Meatloaf. Like, why hasn't nobody done that? How come nobody's gone as Meatloaf and drove the motorcycle in the theater? Get the fuck out of here!
I'm gonna wear my scarf, my fucking my leather jacket.
People in fucking garter belts run out of there and shit.
But I tell you what, though, I understand the appeal of going to shows like this because a lot of the times the girls who were like participating in this, they're practically half naked. I mean, there was a girl dancing around a good part of the show.
I'm getting in line right now.
Oh yeah, you can buy your tickets right now.
Getting my ticket for the next show.
There's something called Fandango Court. You can get your tickets early.
What'd you say about my ding-a-ling?
Fandico. But there was this girl who was practically naked for a good part of the first act of the show, where she was like wearing this black lingerie, but she had like the black tape and a cross over her nipples. Okay. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. But then she disappears and throws her clothes on, and then I'm like, you know what? Hey, halfway through, like, hey, show those tits again. God damn.
No wonder you hated this. You felt like you were getting cock teased there.
Yeah. I know. I had blue balls for like the rest of the night.
You were a little blue ball.
I was a blue ball.
Yeah, man, I can't get into it. I love the soundtracks, and sometimes I'll watch it when they show it. I mean, they showed it on. Like
they showed it on VH1 a lot.
I was about to say, they showed it on VH1 not too long ago, and I actually watched the whole thing, but. I don't get it, man. I think it's a terrible movie.
It's a crazy fucking movie. I mean, when you really look at it.
It's a horror musical, and it's like, and that's what that's what I kept thinking about when I saw Repo, the genetic opera. I was like, this is actually kind of, even though I wasn't crazy about the movie, I was like, this is a tighter, better version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show in a way, I think.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I've been meaning to see that movie, but I hear it's not that great. And of course, there's a movie getting ready to come out soon that I think you told me was like a
Repo
rip-off.
A Repo Man.
Yeah, Repo Man.
Is that the name of it?
No, Repo Men.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about the Emilio Estevez movie.
Okay, well, that's Repo Man. Yeah.
I think maybe this is just called Repo. Let me see.
Yeah.
It has Forrest Whitaker and Jude Law.
Yeah.
And looking at it, I was like, and Jamie told me about this. He said, I was talking to some executives about that. Mm-hmm. And he said that they actually is one of those things where they was like, well, we had this in production at the same time. I'm like,
oh,
okay, really? I don't know. It's the same. Yeah, and Repo, the genetic opera, what happens is if they give you, if you need an organ transplant, you can actually get into a payment program for it. And if you miss a payment, they send the repo man after you.
Take you
to take it back.
Open your ass up and take back the organs. Right?
Yeah. And so that one was like Repo the Genetic Opera. That was like a goth version of it. It was a goth opera. Yeah. It was set in all these like really gothic, creepy. It was almost like if Tim Burton directed a bad opera.
Oh, really?
Even though a lot of people like it. I mean, it's a cool concept.
Well, the thing is that they're starting to do that at midnight too, where I was like, okay, I guess.
I was about to say
decent enough to try to do another Rocky Horror.
I think it is called Repo Man. That's it. Yeah. And so in this one, it's and a lot of people look. I didn't hate Repo the Genetic Opera. I actually thought it was a cool idea. I just didn't think it just wasn't there. It was almost there as something cool, but it was the music that was kind of bad in some parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the production just wasn't there for it. So now you got Repo Man, which is a science fiction movie, which is the same concept. You know, if you can't pay, they send these guys after you. And this Jude Law, Forrest Whitaker. Yeah.
It's a version with some balls, I guess.
It's like they got more than $50 to make it with.
Yeah. Well, hey, I don't know what they're gonna do with Repo, the Genetic Opera, but they're doing the same thing that they're doing with Rocky Horror here in town.
Here in town, they're doing that with Repo the Genetic Opera. They're doing that,
yeah, because after fucking. Rocky Horror was done, you know, they were like, thanks for everyone attending, and I was like, thanks for what? This fucking torture?
Exactly.
And it's like, and prepare yourself for Repo the Genetic Opera.
You're like,
I'm like, you guys are gonna fuck that up too? It's like,
I thought they were coming on right afterwards.
No,
like a lot of people just took off the costumes they had, and underneath it they had Repo costumes.
No,
we're ready.
I would have pulled a goddamn Tracy Morgan. No. No, man. But I was like, well, fucking good luck with that production. I won't be here for that shit.
Well, you know what? I think Repo the Genetic Opera was actually it was also a play before then. There was a guy who plays.
Do you know how old it is?
I think. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
I can't. I don't even give me the line. I don't know. I know that there's a character that plays Gravedigger in the movie. And I think he's a guy that actually wrote the play, helped with the play, and does a lot of the art.
Okay.
So, and acts in it, and so yeah. So you know, whatever, man. All these fucking gothic people going in. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Goth girls are cool about that shit. They love to take their clothes off. I mean, they.
Oh yeah. My buddy was like, hey, that's one of the reasons why I go. Shit. It's like, hey, a bunch of girls fucking half naked, dancing around, having a good time. What's wrong with that? I'm like, yeah, hey, I wish they were here tonight. You know,
I know.
I get that one girl who's all right, but the rest of them, some need to get on the slim fast plan.
I mean, these goth girls, and see, I know people like, well, man, you always complain about hipsters. You're going to talk about goth girls. It's just goth girls seem a little more freaky. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just, I mean, shit, you goddamn right. I'll dress up like Blackula and walk around the city. Got to get me like a freaky ass goth girl. Goddamn, run around with bat wings on. Betty.
I'll just dress up in a trash bag, a black trash bag. Hopefully I'll get some action.
Yeah. Because goth girls, man, they just look like they're freaks. And then I think it looks like they like to wear skimpy clothes and strip down. And I was like,
And the thing is, at least here in this town, it seems like they're kind of like a dying breed now. So, when I saw them, I was like, oh, wow, goth chicks. Haven't seen them in a long fucking time.
They might be a dying breed, but they'll return from the grave and fuck the shit out of you.
I know. They must be really hanging out the fucking graveyard. Either that or Hot Topics. But, even Hot Topics doesn't even look goth anymore. That place looks like it's fucking turning into a bubblegum land. The last time I was in there, I was like, man, this place is really brightly lit. And what happened to all the fucking Nightmare Before Christmas shit? I was like, now I'm looking at Care Bears on the goddamn fucking wall.
Even they had to say, you know what, retros was making money. All this god shit, that ain't making money no more. We ain't got people looking like creatures of the night and shit anymore.
We can only sell so much fucking Nightmare Before Christmas shit.
Yeah, I mean, really, how long do you expect to like have a store based off of a trend like being goth? I mean, I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did.
Yeah, I mean, I know like the things that I always saw there for years whenever I'd walk in, and I'd walk in just to look at the old concert T-shirts of some of the old metal bands I used to like.
The Cure.
I'm like, they're still
every T-shirt is The Cure.
Yeah, I know. Well, they have some like metal shirts where I'm like, oh, I remember that shirt. That's pretty cool, but who the fuck is buying that anymore? But the thing is, the thing that I always noticed in those stores were Nightmare Before Christmas shit and Invader Zim. Hot Topics always had like just so much Invader Zim merchandise for like a show that was like canceled. And
I know.
I was like, man, they're still milking that, and
yeah, all that shit's in a landfill somewhere. Telling you, I mean, even though some of that stuff is cool, like Invader Zim, I'm glad somebody appreciated that.
Oh
show.
no, I looked for when I heard about that show. I was looking up the DVDs online, and those DVDs are going for like $30 for like just the single DVDs.
Oh yeah,
$30-$40.
Yeah, you know, George gave me some of those for my birthday years ago. Invader Zim was another crazy show on Nickelodeon. It was on Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, it was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it was about an alien who's no one likes him. They send him to Earth on some like wild goose chase type of mission.
He's supposed to conquer the planet.
And he's supposed to conquer the planet, but they just want to get rid of his ass. And meanwhile, there's a little kid who's a conspiracy freak who actually sees Invader Zim coming down. And his Invader Zim comes down with his robot disguised as a dog, and they got the whole show just has these weird designs and shit. And I can see why that God's Place they love it. But Hot Topic, man. I'll say, man, it's just gonna be another Abercrombie and Fitch in a few years.
It pretty much is these days. But
they're gonna change it. It's gonna be Abercrombie and Stitch or some shit.
But check this out. Like I said, those DVDs, I was like, man, I guess I'll never get to watch that shit because it's like $40. I'm not gonna spend $40 on a goddamn cartoon. Luckily enough, there's a place in town called Austin Half Price Books.
Oh, Half Price Books. You found them there?
I found them there for $5, dude.
You found some cool shit.
So I was like,
books,
fuck
man.
yeah. And I was looking around like, these motherfuckers don't know what they have on.
There's a customer next to you. Don't look at me.
Hey, it's like, hey, he's getting that for $5. You could sell that online for like $40.
You know, you grab that guy.
Like, shut up.
You can actually sell on eBay for
eBay. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You choking him. Invader.
I'll be rich.
I'm gonna sell this for $40 on eBay.
$50.
Make $35 profit. I'll be rich.
$75. Limited edition. Signed by Invader Zim himself.
You signed it to Invader Zim.
Misspell it. Z-U-M.
Man, see what we got here. Okay, now since we on the Gothic thing right here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they got what happened here?
They're making a Robert Smith movie.
Yeah, they're doing a Cure autobiography. It's gonna be like Ray. It's gonna be the goth version of Ray and Walk the Line, except it's Robert Cure the Smith. No, I had something here about. Oh, here it is. Okay, we talked about a movie that was going to have Abraham Lincoln in it.
Right.
So everybody's thinking, oh, we're going to get finally that Abraham Lincoln epic autobiography that we've been waiting on.
Yeah, filmed by Spike Lee.
By Spike Lee, yeah. Except in this one, like all the slaves like rise up and kill Abraham Lincoln.
You can't talk to us like that, motherfucker.
Yeah, hey, we ain't helping free shit. We free ourselves, bitch.
Somebody throws a log through a cabin.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. Burn down the fucking plantation. But no. So this one, now you like say, how is this related to anything goth at all?
Yeah.
Well, they have a book called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
That's right.
and of course, guess who wants to direct?
Oh, you did Tim Burton.
My man Tim Burton. He's like, if it's got vampires and some goth shit in it, I got to be there. And they didn't let me direct Twilight.
Oh no, they fucked that up.
I could have done some. He's like, I could have made that shit cool, but y'all didn't let me do it.
No, he could.
Yeah, nobody could say that. But no, so he's after Alice in Wonderland, they're saying that this was probably going to be his next project. Mm-hmm. Now, this is coming in the vein of like some other books out there. They've started like taking classics and adding like horror elements to them, like Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Right, which is written by the same guy, apparently.
Sense and Sensibilities and Sea Monsters.
Yeah.
I think he's writing Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad and the Mole Man. No, he's not writing now. That's what I like to see, though. Yeah. Come on, motherfucking Mole Man. Let's see. Tim Burton will be tackling another novel, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, alongside Timur. No, shit, I can't say this fucking last name. Bekmambetov.
That's good enough for me.
Okay, that's good enough right there. I guess that's the guy that like maybe. Let me see who. Anyway, together they will be acting as producers for the film as they did for the first time on Coraline. Oh, okay, so they produced Coraline.
Right.
Lincoln reimagines one of the great U.S. presidents as an axe-throwing, highly trained vampire assassin, promising to give new context to real historical events such as the Civil War and Lincoln's ascension to the White House. It begins with his mother's murder when he was still a young boy and his vow of vengeance.
Oh, so it's Blade with Abraham Lincoln.
With Abraham Lincoln.
Awesome. He should be one of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen right there.
Oh, I think, let me see. A small peek at the in-house trailer for the book. Oh, yeah. What? Pulled at the filmmaker's creative strings. While no location has been set, Burton and Brigade are ready to get the ball rolling. So,
hey,
that'd be cool.
I'm all for that. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I always thought that they really fucked up with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Only because, like, reading that, it made you want to go back and read all those stories involving all those characters, like Alan Quartermain, and, you know,
read about we just talked about that last week, yeah.
I mean, it makes you want to go back and read all those books, you know.
I just wonder where the slaves gonna fall into this.
Yeah, you know? They're gonna be the vampires.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. You know, are they gonna be the vampires?
Oh, don't get pissed, Corey. That's bullshit.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
why you gotta make the black men the vampires? No, maybe he's freeing the slaves from the vampires.
Freeing their souls. Yeah.
That was the original Emancipation Proclamation.
Exactly.
Freeing them from the vampires, you know? We eat the slaves as food. They're our lifeline.
or maybe the slaves are working with him, where they're all a bunch of fucking badass zombie slaves.
Slaves rise up, you know, turns into a blaxploitation flick with Abraham Lincoln.
That would be badass.
Come on, Lincoln, let's fight some motherfucking vampires.
All the slave owners are vampires. So.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Like, the plantation is full of vampires, you know?
Shit, you know that Quentin Tarantino's going to want to be all over that shit.
No,
rewrite history.
No, yeah.
No, this actually happened.
Well, if you rewrite history, I'm saying do it crazy.
Yeah,
like, just don't kill Hitler and like he was killed by a couple of guys in a box office at a theater, you know? Actually, like, change fucking Hitler into a vampire.
No shit. Or fucking have him as fucking an alien or something, for crying out loud. Do something cool. Like, I wish that would have been badass if, like, you know, that scene. Oh shit, am I gonna ruin the movie? I don't want to ruin the movie. At the end of Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, everybody's seen it, but if you haven't seen it, everybody knows. I think. Stop. Go away.
Yes. Something cool should happen. Like, the head should have split open and a fucking flying saucer should have come out and just started attacking the Inglourious Basterds. That would have been badass. Yeah, I would have said, you know what? Fuck it. You know, this movie is fucking badass. I love it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can see that, too. Like, Hitler being an alien leader, because he's talking all that crazy alien language.
Exactly.
It's Gas Klugenheim. Stop. He's actually talking an alien language.
Yeah, you see all the Germans that are scratching their heads? This don't sound like German.
I don't know. Hey, he's the boss.
Schultz! Yeah. Translate this bullshit. Schweinholm!
Yeah, motherfuckers from Mars.
Yeah, man. I mean, every, like, horrible figure in history was the same alien, basically just going from body to body, like basically like using different avatars. But they're all the same alien. Like, and you can even lead it back to it being the cockroach from fucking what is it? Is
what, Man in Black?
No, Team America. Where it came out, remember at the end of Team America, where King John-Il dies and like a cockroach comes out of his fucking head and he gets into a little spaceship, takes off. That's the guy.
So throughout history, it's been one little roach.
Fucking and it's like all of a sudden you had no idea that all of these movies were all strung together. Genius! Oh my god!
Like fucking
God damn it, Hollywood! What do I got to think of all the great ideas for you?
Hey man, they So, you know, you got Iron Man coming out.
Right.
And
are you excited about Iron Man?
I am excited about Iron Man.
I'm trying to get excited
Iron Man
about
2.
Iron Man. Yeah.
I'm
trying to get excited about it.
What you say you're trying? What is it that you don't like about it?
I'm not too crazy about that villain.
Oh, Whiplash?
Yeah.
Or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Like, I never really read Iron Man, so I don't know anything about that character.
I don't know
even try to pretend like I do either.
Mickey
Rourke's character in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know dick about him. But yeah, I hope he's a decent character. I hope he's not another like monster like they had in the first movie, or just another version of Iron Man. You know, he's ripping off his technology and he's using his technology against him for whatever reasons. But the scene that I'm like, okay, it's gonna be cool to see him and
Don Cheadle.
No,
Don
no,
Cheadle's
not
Warhammer,
so much War Machine. It's
War
gonna be,
Machine,
yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be cool to see, Iron Man and War Machine
Don Cheadle replaced.
fight a bunch of knockoff versions of Iron Man, I guess.
Yeah, what was the name of the guy he replaced?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Yeah, he replaced Terrence Howard, which
I'm still kind of pissed off about.
they should have replaced. They should have replaced him with. Oh man,
anybody.
I know. They should replace him with Hitler.
James Earl Jones. He looks more intimidating.
No.
As much as I love that guy as an actor, he just doesn't look the part. I'm sorry, he just does not. He doesn't look intimidating enough to be War Machine.
Yeah, there was a guy that you said that they should have replaced him with.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember that dude's name. He had a crazy name.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There you go.
Yeah, they should have replaced him with Chiwetel Ejiofor. It's just some. I mean, look, I think Don Cheadle's a great actor. He's just
he is.
And you know what?
Probably like one of the greatest. I think he's one of the greatest underrated black actors right now. Yeah.
Well, that's why I say, when you look at Don Cheadle, it's like you just don't think much of him because he's just a weird looking guy. I don't care what you say. I mean, I think he's his personality and his charisma has made him a more attractive guy.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe when we see him acting in the movie, maybe it'll work better because
when he puts on the War Machine mask,
you don't see him at all. You don't see what his ass looks like at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I can imagine who I want it to be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, man.
It's like if somebody lifted off the Batman cowl and it's Bill Murray. You're like, oh well, at least when he's wearing the cowl, he looks cool. But
yeah.
And I'm not talking shit about. Well, I guess technically I am, but he just doesn't look the part though. That's my only thing. I mean, shit. What's his name? Taye Diggs would have been fucking.
We're taking Taye Diggs. Yeah, shit, that dude needs some work.
He does. I think he's on a TV series though right now, which is unfortunate because that guy's a great fucking actor. I mean, my favorite role he's ever done is still.
Go.
He was awesome in Go. But Equilibrium. I love Equilibrium.
I forgot. Yeah, he was one of the villains in Equilibrium. Yeah, last time I saw him, he was in a commercial with Miss Piggy. So yeah, that brother needs some work. Yeah, why don't y'all hire him? Got him hanging out with Muppets and shit.
Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, he's probably looking up there right now like shit. I could have been Warhammer, a War Machine, whatever.
Breaking my heart, telling me that.
Up here with this fucking synthetic hog right here.
Man, he needs to bitch slap that manager. Like, come on, dude.
It's like, man, that was
an Equilibrium.
Yeah, you look at his agent right there. There was an open slot in Iron Man 2. You got me hanging out with goddamn Miss Piggy right now. What the fuck am I paying you for? A commercial's paying how much? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, right. I want to stand next to fucking Iron Man, not Miss Piggy.
All the pork sandwiches I can eat. Okay.
Oh, I gotta eat.
Brother gotta eat. That dude is married to kind of a cute chick, the woman who plays the Wicked Witch on the stage production of Wicked.
Don't know who that is.
Sorry, nobody does. I've just seen her before, and I'm just she's kind of cute.
Did you see that play?
No, I want to see that play though. I've been, I'm up in New York so much.
Is it play? I thought it was coming here to Austin.
Is it?
Yeah.
If it is, I'll go check it out.
I thought I saw a board for it, but Iron Man 2. We were talking about Iron Man 2, and there's some news that I guess one of the clips that they released for Iron Man, you see a shot of Thor. I think it was like 1 minute and 16 seconds on the clip. There's a scene where somebody's getting their picture taken inside a jail cell. And supposedly that's supposed to be Thor.
Now, see, here's the deal. Are they actually? Oh, wait a minute, because Kenneth Branagh just finished with Thor.
Did he?
They're in the middle. If they're not done, they're in the middle of it right now.
I never know what the fuck is going on with that movie. I never hear.
It's in production.
It is in production. I haven't seen any stills or anything from it.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh, he's directing it.
Right.
They've, I guess they're not. Of course, they haven't finished principal photography because they just got through with casting a little while ago. So I was going to say, I guess they technically could take whoever's playing Thor, which I didn't even know they had casted yet, and put him in the movie because if it's not the same guy, that's going to be weird.
Yeah, which it should be. I mean, it makes sense if it was an unknown actor.
Which seems like they are trying to do this idea. I don't know if they're going to go through it. Everybody keeps having speculations about whether Marvel, because one of the things Marvel wants to do, and they were really happy about their new recent string of films, but who knows now that they're bought up by Disney how this is going to play out. But they wanted to bring a lot of their characters together to make the Avengers movie. Right. So they were making all these cameos. Like if you remember, they did an Iron Man cameo at the end of the Hulk. We got what's his name, Nick Fury, who's Samuel Jackson, making an appearance in this film,
Right.
and did that little cameo at the end of the last film. So I guess they're trying to do all these cameos now with a lot of these characters. I even hear that they're going to go through with the Ant-Man movie.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I know the guys from Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead were attached to it, but I don't know what's up. I keep hearing that project's off and on all the time.
Yeah, who knows? But one of the biggest players in the Avengers is Thor, which
Right.
I don't. Yeah, it's so weird, man. How
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Thor is a god, and they're gonna mix him in with this very realistic feeling movie like Iron Man.
Yeah, but then again, you got the Hulk, so I mean, you throw him into the mix. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't know
I
either.
see a lot of potential, for them to fuck it up, and not because I hate Marvel characters. I don't hate them. I haven't been crazy about them
You just
recently.
don't like them.
Yeah, I haven't been
Very much.
I haven't been crazy about their stories. I'm sorry, but yeah, there's a lot that could possibly go wrong, especially who should be the main character in this film? Who should be the main guy that you're rooting for constantly? Who's going to end up taking most of the storyline? I'd imagine it may end up being Iron Man, only because I think that's the only character people really give a shit right now.
It would be a
about.
cool story if they bring it all together convincingly. Otherwise, it could be a mess.
Yeah, I
but
know.
they're going through with it. Apparently, there's a Thor cameo in the movie in Iron Man 2, and of course Stan Lee's gonna show up somewhere. Stan Lee's gonna pop out of a can of beans or some shit. I don't know. He's talking about the cameo that he does here. He's talking to a site called Collider.
Obviously, you do a lot of cameos, and I know that maybe you're playing a Larry King type in Iron Man 2.
It wasn't my idea, I swear.
Oh bullshit! You ready to do a cameo for anything? If they told you ass to dress up like Thor, you'd be there.
It wasn't my idea.
Could you talk a little bit about the cameo in Iron Man 2 and how much fun you had doing it?
Well, it's always fun. I love doing cameos.
Yeah, you do. You show up in every fucking movie. That's apparent now.
He's hanging around looking for the news camera. Hey, you guys want to hear a story?
Yeah. Shit, that's the only way they got him there. He thinks he's in a movie right now. He's acting right now.
Are you a true believer?
Hey, Excelsior!
He thinks he's in fucking Iron Man 2 right here. He thought that they were filming this when he did this interview.
This is gonna be his best fucking performance ever. Right here.
This is the longest cameo I've ever had. They actually gave me lines. They let me ad-lib.
At one point, Jon Favreau, the brilliant director,
Genius!
said to me, Stan, I want you to...
He can never stop selling.
The brilliant director who's making the exceptional movie of the year, Iron Man 2.
Did he say that about the Hulk director?
Yeah, he did.
Ang Lee?
Yeah.
Genius of a man.
The genius Ang Lee who is taking a wonderful direction that people will love in The Hulk.
A new original take, much like my comics back in the day.
Action-packed but sensitive.
Put on these suspenders, and I want you to put on these heavy glasses. You're Larry King.
Yeah, he does kind of sound like Larry King.
Hey, yeah.
They should put them on a show together. You can't tell who's who.
That should be the new Avengers right there. Larry King and Stan Lee.
Stan Lee and Larry King.
Maybe George Romero will join the group.
They just fucking interview villains to death.
Yeah.
I can't tell who's who. You're driving me mad.
You're talking me to death here. That's
So whiplash.
the craziest superpower.
We just wanted to know, what is your beef with Iron Man?
No, you Larry King, you Stan Lee. I can't fucking tell anymore.
And he told me what to say, and I said it magnificently.
There you go, son. He cannot stop selling this shit.
Hey, I don't blame him. That's what I'd be saying about any performance. I was so magnificent. I was a tour de force of acting
I
that
just be
day.
using words I don't even know.
I was superfluous in that. I was gigamakhabashabba.
And you'll have to wait to see the movie to see what I said.
I know what you said, but I won't spoil it.
No, don't spoil it for the others.
How can we spoil anything? We don't know what the fuck it is yet.
Hey, you ain't.
Yeah.
And the guy even said, like, I can't spoil that. I don't know what it is. And Stan Lee's like, don't you spoil anything.
Don't you do it now.
Stan Lee is totally is tight with this shit.
Don't you mention my superfluous acting.
Stan Lee whoop your ass.
Told you not to say anything, you fucking cocksucker.
How much do you enjoy doing those things? And when you get called, is it like at the last minute, or do they schedule it very far in advance?
Usually in advance, or it could be like, we need you next week.
They're doing.
I enjoy it, though. I love it.
Keep hiring me.
Yeah. Did I say I love cameos? Shit, that motherfucker's gonna be dead. And they're gonna put his dead body up in some scenes. He's gonna be leaning on a telephone pole in the background. Excelsior.
A whole bunch of other Marvel movies in the very near future. They're talking about Venom now. Are you already looking forward to all these cameos?
Well, the problem is, if they shoot him far away, I can't do it, because I'm too busy to go traveling. That's why I wasn't in Wolverine. They shot that in Australia.
You're too old.
But anything that they shoot nearby...
Somehow I don't buy that.
Yeah.
I think they just cut his scene from Wolverine. This motherfucker loves cameos so much he'll teleport somewhere.
I think he accidentally dressed up as Wolverine. He can't use you, Stan.
What do you mean? It's my character. I thought of this.
Okay, all right.
I could be Wolverine Jr.
Yeah, they get the second AD. Hey, man, grab that video camera and film that motherfucker over there, okay?
Maybe you can do a recap of the X-Men movies and I'll act it out in its entirety. Just me. I brought all my costume.
Yeah. They got a fucking kid who's an intern just filming his ass off in a field somewhere.
Ha! They film him on a plane.
Yeah.
It's like, here, step onto the soundstage. Just a fucking airplane takes off.
Just keep his ass busy, all right? Don't intern's filming his ass. He thinks he's going to be in the movie. We don't fucking deal with his ass. Just let him go.
He likes Welch's wine. Yeah,
Yeah.
get a case of it.
We'll pack him up in a crate and send his ass back tonight, but for now, just leave him alone.
I just keep hanging around the studio until they say, come on, do a cameo.
See?
So he's loitering. He's walking around.
Motherfucker just hanging out.
Scratching his head.
God damn, that's Stanley. Oh, shit. Man,
Always bothering the security guard.
put these shades in that tin can in his hand. Make him be a blind person. Just let him walk by real quick, man.
Hey, Roscoe.
Yeah.
Anything going on today? Any filming? They started on that Hulk 3 yet?
Any word yet?
No, Stan. I told you I'd call you at home.
All right. What you doing here anyway? Ain't you supposed to be on the side of the world right now?
Sorry. I have terrible signal back in my cardboard box in that alley.
Thought we tied this motherfucker up.
A man's got to eat, you know.
You don't get paid for this. You just show up.
Feel more and more like Peter Parker every day.
That motherfucker shows up in Spider-Man outfits and everything. And you know when he gets on set, like when we have him in movies, when we see him, you know there's an additional 20 minutes of footage where he's like giving a monologue and shit.
Yeah.
I believe I saw Spider-Man right up there. He swooped down and he...
Just let him talk. We don't cut that shit out.
Spider-Man kind of reminds me of me.
When I was a young buck.
Times were tough. School was even tougher.
True story, true believer.
What would you most like to see happen in Iron Man sequel? Or
Me.
I'd like to see my ass get rich. I don't have to do these cameos anymore.
the Spider-Man sequel?
You need to get a bigger cameo, obviously.
They just need to write your role. How about that? They just need to write you in a role.
Yeah, well, see, I was very
Did you see that dude
upset with-
jumping after he said that? He said, hopefully a bigger cameo. He started jumping up and down. Like, finally, somebody filmed this. Yeah.
Like just him saying that made it happen.
Yeah, I know. Please.
I know someone hearing this.
Please, Galactus up in the sky. Please make this happen.
God damn.
I'm hungry.
Jesus Christ. Why don't you ever make a movie about all the Marvel characters being old so he can be one of them?
Oh,
Let
shit.
this motherfucker be 85-year-old Peter Parker. That's what he wants.
I know.
That motherfucker wants to put on a Spider-Man outfit so bad and swing across the set, break his fucking hip somewhere. What the fuck, where-
The retirees.
Yeah. He'll play every role.
Yeah.
CG has allowed me to be senior citizen Thor, Iron Man, and Spider-Man.
movie. You know, there's this character, Odin, the king of the gods, Thor's father. I was sure I was a shoo-in. And, well, some people that...
He's serious.
Yeah.
He's looking real. He's looking sad about
He's
it.
like some people, that dickhead of a director, Kenneth Branagh.
So Thor started filming
Frankenstein sucked, all right?
next year. They already talked to you about the cameo?
Yes, I met with the director, and he promised me a cameo. And I was very upset, because when he said, I want to meet with you, I thought he was going to say, I want to just see how you'd look as Odin, but that didn't come up. And I don't yet know what the cameo is.
My last question is, how much do you enjoy Comic-Con?
It's kind of fun. Well, the problem is, if I walk anywhere, I get mobbed. So I can't enjoy it the way I should. You know, when I can't look at the exhibits.
That motherfucker, he's not modest at all.
No, he just said that he was hoping the director will want to see him for the role of Odin. It's like, no, the director wanted to see you as old.
Yeah.
So, that's all.
He said Odin.
Bring that old motherfucker up. It's been years since I've seen that guy.
You mean Stan Lee's still alive? You got to bring him in here and show me proof.
Yeah, is he still doing cameos in those other Marvel movies that I don't watch?
I'm just waiting, because I'm waiting for one director to be like, no, fuck no. This shit has got to stop,
Why?
all right?
Why do you need to be in this?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What am I going to have another scene with you fucking selling sunglasses?
Yeah. We're trying to bring the Marvel Universe together. You in every fucking scene. How does this make sense?
And you're over there in the corner trying to sell blue blockers.
And I just love the way he's like, I can't go anywhere without being mobbed. Motherfucker, I walk past his ass at Comic-Con. Them motherfuckers alone.
All right. Don't say that, Corey. You're going to make me cry. Poor old guy.
Granted, I chased after him.
I would have ran up. Hey, this guy escaped from the nursing home. Hey, somebody take his ass.
Somebody get him. Grab him.
Tackle him.
I got him.
Because people keep running over to me and, can we take your picture? Can we have an autograph? And that's nice, but I don't get a chance to enjoy the Comic-Con.
You too busy doing fucking cameos. That's what.
Stan, I want to thank you so much.
Damn, boy,
he's bothered by that. Oh, hey, look, it's the guy from Troma Films. It's like, let's take a picture with him.
That's what we should do. We just like, hey, George Romero.
Yeah, George Romero. Look. Oh my God.
I'm gonna be mad as hell. The fuck off me.
You're that dude who made the Toxic Avenger, right?
You're not a true believer. Get the fuck off me.
It's that old guy.
That old dude. Hey, yo, Pops. It's Colonel Sanders. Look. Where's your suit, man? I love your chicken.
It's Stinky Whizzle Tea.
Hello, boys and girls.
Yeah. You feeling happy? Oh my God, Stan Lee, boy.
And look, we talking about Stan Lee. We love Stan Lee, man.
He's actually one of the guys I would actually really love to meet someday. You know, as far as just
I don't mob
old school.
Yeah. I don't mob anybody. I don't like to attack anybody. I don't like to invade people's
I ain't talking about attacking him, Corey.
Me though. I'm talking about listen. No, I'm talking about me. He did come out the elevator when I was going up to my room, and it was only when I got into the elevator I was like, "Hey, what's that?" And I tried to run out. The doors closed. No, let me out.
You
No,
didn't even recognize.
Trapped. Until I got into the elevator, I was like, I thought that was Stan. Wait a minute, it was.
Oh shit! Yeah. No, I know exactly how you feel.
By the time I turned around, the doors were like, dong.
And don't you hate that?
Oh shit!
Yeah. Were you thinking about that the rest of the night? You just like,
I was regret because Stan Lee is one of those guys. He's one of those rare guys that I would actually run up to and be like, "Look, man, I'm sorry, but you fucking Stan Lee, okay?"
Right.
I'd be like that dude. I'd be like that dude that was harassing
James Cameron.
No, not that. Fucking asshole, Stan Lee. Your comics suck.
Your comics suck. Third graders can write that shit.
My fucking 9-year-old brother can write a fucking comic better than you. Excelsior, he still be promoting shit. Did you say 9-year-old? I have a comic coming out about a 9-year-old superhero. Yeah. Look for it on stands later.
It's in the vein of Shazam, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's called Shazam. What? Don't rip him off. Oh my God! But you were saying.
No, I was just. He's that one guy that I would actually.
Oh yeah. Him. I mean, I feel blessed enough to have met fucking George Romero like more than once, but Stan Lee, yeah, that was a guy. You know, you just want to run up to him and go, "Thank you for all you fucking done." You know.
Oh, of course.
Thank you for letting me grow up.
And he'd do
shit.
it, man. Yeah, he. I'm sure he would like be more than happy.
Yeah, you tell him you're a magnificent actor.
Yeah,
you're a genius.
Just tell him I love your cameos.
Yes, you need more cameos. You should have been Odin.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's how you get him.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what the fuck is him giving you like about 5 seconds on screen? Fuck them, man.
You look around. Where the fuck is that director at? I'll fucking give him a piece of my mind, Stan. You hear me, Stan?
That guy, he cannot be swayed to be angry at all because he's always promoting shit. I remember when it was almost like a plant. I wasn't there. Leon would have to tell you what happened. But at Comic-Con, the last one, Tyrese got up and was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, he got up and he was like,
I remember that.
Yo, man, I gotta say, I grew up in your comics. You were a big part of my childhood.
Correct.
And and when you think of words like, how do you come up with words like bam and bang? Just think of something, yeah, wham. Like, how you come up with these things? I heard you had, that's what he said. I think he said, I heard you have a copyright on the word bam or something like that.
Yeah, and Leon was extremely offended by that statement.
Yeah, he was mad about it, but then Stan Lee did this. Stan Lee was like, well, speaking of the word bam, I happen to have a publication coming out called Slam or something like that.
He's
promoting shit like out the ass. He does if you even did meet him in public, you were like, hey, Stanley, fuck you.
Yeah.
Did you say fuck? You know what that rhymes with? That rhymes with shucks. You know, he used to say that a lot. Peter Parker. Stay tuned for his next adventures and the latest adventures of the Spectacular Spider-Man. Man, what the fuck you talking about? Excelsior, goodbye.
I was hoping to hear at least Tyrese would go, hey, Stan, you know who I am? No.
But Stan Lee did do that. He's like, that's very good, young man.
Young man.
They told Tyrese, is like,
tall black man.
And Stan Lee's all of a sudden turning gay. That's very good, young,
handsome,
strapping, handsome, shiny, bulging in the crotch man.
You remind me of a black Neymar.
You remind me of the Black Panther. I had a crush on the Black Panther yesterday.
Yeah. Even though I prefer to see you in Neymar's underwear.
I can see you as a cross between the Black Panther and the Submariner. You would pretty much be black like the Black Panther, but wearing the trunks, the Speedo of the Submariner.
Let's see what you look like in swim trunks. Perhaps I'll cast you in my new movie.
You remind me of Blade, but if only Wesley Snipes was stripped down to his underwear.
We are destroying the memory of Stan Lee.
Pretty much saying Stan Lee is gay for buff black men.
Stan Lee is more of a man than we'll ever be.
I'd like to make a cameo in your bedroom tonight. What is your hotel number?
I'm going to paint myself green, and you can be the Submariner, and we'll have an epic battle on our bed. We'll pretend it's the sea.
You be the Black Panther, I'll be the Hulk. We'll have an epic battle in your hotel room. What do you say? By that point, Tyrese is walking out. Young man! Oh, well.
Tyrone, come back! Damn. Oh, man. Sorry, Tyrese. I know he's like our biggest fan.
I know. Well, we did make him look good.
Hey, that's right.
We owe Stan Lee the apology.
Sorry, Stan. We apologize to everyone involved in today's show. I apologize to Corey.
Fucking Stan Lee, boy. That motherfucker.
That guy's awesome.
He won't be so upset. He'll make a cameo on this podcast. We promise him a cameo here. He'll be here.
I want him to be in all the goddamn Marvel movies.
Yeah, I love Stan Lee.
Yes.
Jesus
if anything,
Christ.
God forbid, if anything should happen to Samuel L. Jackson, he should become the new Nick Fury.
Stan Lee.
Give that man an eye patch and a leather jacket. Boy, he'll act circles around all them motherfuckers.
That fool. I can see him just overacting. He'd be the next Shatner. Trying to do that shit. Oh, boy, let me tell you something, man. Speaking of Shatner, man, I gotta play you my song. Everybody's heard this, but it's my favorite fucking Shatner song. I love this.
I hope I can guess it, but
what do you think it is?
Rocket Man?
No.
Mr. Tambourine Man. I don't know why I get that from.
I love this shit, man. William Shatner is acting his ass off.
Oh, yeah.
In this song. You can't even see him.
Yeah. Everyone needs to look for that video, too. It's great.
Now listen to him. He's coming in serious as a motherfucker.
I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to.
I know people have heard this. I'm going to let this shit play. I love this. I love this.
It is awesome.
I don't care how many times you heard it.
I always think of him as Captain Kirk when he's singing this.
You can't help it.
Yeah.
Now, it's this part here I can't understand. Listen to what he sounds like.
In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
Why did he turn Irish?
I don't know.
And that jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
You turned into an old man or something. I'll come following you.
He's like old prospector. And that jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. There's gold in their hills.
Take me on a trip
Uh-oh.
on your magic swirling ship.
This motherfucker's tripping.
No,
Now,
I was going to say he's already on a trip.
I am convinced, and I'm being dead serious. I am convinced that he was on some shit when he came and did this. Like he was high on something.
I hope so.
I do too.
I can only hope so, man. Because if he's just pulling this from his fucking inner self, wow, that guy had some problems.
My senses have been stripped. My hands can't feel the grip.
My hands can't feel the grip.
You know, listening to this now, I think about Ren from Ren and Stimpy. I think about Ren going crazy.
This is a Ren and Stimpy episode. This is Ren losing his mind.
This is where John Cage came up with the idea.
Wait only for my boot heels to be wandering.
My boot heel.
This fool is sweating. He's crouched on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to go anywhere.
This motherfucker's on the floor in his underwear, tripping balls right now.
I'm ready for the fade.
I'm ready for the fade.
Do my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way.
Where are you, Stimpy?
To go under it. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to.
This is the motherfucker that is hawking fucking discount travel on those goddamn commercials. What is it, Priceline?
I think it's
the same.
Priceline.
Yeah, the same motherfucker that's doing those today. I can picture him right now. That music's playing. He's licking the walls in the background.
See him riding his goddamn horse.
Writing his name with shit on the walls right now. Tambourine man. Fucking lost it.
In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
Rolling around in a big bowl of Jello right now.
I mean, he's pulling those words from his mouth. Jingle, jangle morning. Oh, come following now.
It's like he threw a fucking bunch of Scrabble pieces on the floor and just started reading whatever made sense.
Mr. Tambourine Man!
God!
Hey,
Mr. Tambourine man.
Mr. Tambourine Man.
Now, this is my favorite part where he just fucking loses it right now. This is why I think he's high. Listen to this shit.
Mr. Tambourine Man!
The fucking, if you notice, the band just stopped playing his shit. You know, they ran out. Fucking Shatner's lost you, man. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what they should do? Somebody needs to fucking. I'm shocked nobody has done it. Maybe they have. Somebody needs to take that soundbite where he's screaming like that and just have like a shot in outer space with the fucking U.S. Enterprise and just have that shit like ring through space. Somebody needs to do that already. God damn it!
Now, if you really listen, if you hear the music just stops, it's almost like they got the fuck out. You know, Shatner's fucking yelling, man.
They ran out like I wanted to run out when you flipped out last week.
Shatner ran towards the band with his dick hanging out. You know.
Mr. Tambourine Man!
The real tambourine guy stopped. What the? Oh shit!
Threw his tambourine at him. Get the fuck away from me! Yeah, that fool, man. He was high as shit when he did that. I don't believe anything ain't different.
But that video, the video is out there on YouTube. You need to watch it.
I've never seen the video.
Are you kidding me?
Never seen
it. You haven't? Oh,
No.
that's part of the fun watching that fucking. Oh, listening to that and watching it. It's genius. Like his fucking acting, like.
No, wait a minute. Is it that or is it Rocket Man? Where it's like.
Well, maybe it. See, now I'm getting him. Well, I thought. You know what? I thought he did like all those songs on that one special, where he's dressed up in a suit. Oh, we got a business going on. Aminators. calling up, ruining the show.
Yeah, man, it was Rocket Man, I think.
But I thought Tambourine Man was part of that show too, because I thought it was like,
no, I think it's the same show. You're right.
Okay, yeah,
right.
yeah. Where basically, they'll have like two shots where they'll fade in, like they'll fade in his head while you see him performing on stage, but they'll fade in like on the corner of the screen a shot of his head where he's looking around, just looking crazy.
Yeah, he's playing like 3 different personalities and shit. Like, yeah. No, I remember that. I never saw it, but I remember people making fun of it. I've seen references to it in different shows like Family Guy and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, hold on.